double team comes, skips out. Butler, good look, 3-ball on target. A big one for Jace Butler.
From Learfield, Rams basketball is brought to you by UC Health. Live extraordinary. SeatGeek, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the CSU Rams. And by FNBO, First National Bank of Omaha, the great big small bank. Turn it up. It's game time. Now, here's Adam Nigon and Brian Roth.
All right, a very good Saturday afternoon, and welcome inside Moby Arena. We are on the campus of Colorado State University as we get set for the final regular season game of the year. It's the Colorado State Rams hosting the Broncos of Boise State. We'll get you the starting lineups and the tip-off here in just a minute. But first, on the radio side of things, we'll take 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves. 10 seconds on the Colorado State Sports Network.
KUAD-FM and KUAD HD1 Windsor, a Town Square media station. Your home for CSU Rams men's basketball is K99.
Alongside Adam Nigon, I'm Brian Roth. We have you on the simulcast here today across the Mountain West Network. Welcome in everybody viewing it on the stream and, of course, across the statewide radio network here in the great state of Colorado. Let's get to the starting lineups presented by Barclay Motors, family owned and operated since 1936, and your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle needs. Boise State 19-11, 11-8 in conference play. They've won 4 straight, and the lineup looks like this. Dylan Andrews to get the start, 6'3", senior in the transfer from UCLA. R.J. Keene, 6'7", 212, senior from the Woodlands. He's a kid that spent all 5 years at Boise State. It's a rare thing these days. Andrew Meadows, 6'7", junior, Santa Clarita, California. Drew Fielder coming off a 33-point performance. The big man gets the start. He's a Boise native. And then Javen Buchanan, the senior out of Lafayette, Indiana. Leon Rice, the all-time winningest coach in the history of Boise State men's basketball. He's in his 16th season. Starting to line up for the Rams. They come in at 12-10 on the year. They're 11-8 in conference. And, man, they are red hot. They have won 8 straight games. Rex Steiner, Butler, and Moonies are the trio of guards. Rex Steiner, leading scorer for the Rams at 12.4 points per game. And then up front, Kerry Booth, 6'10", junior out of Inglewood, Colorado. Kyle Jorgensen, 6'9", sophomore out of Minneapolis. Head basketball coach for Colorado State, Ali Farouk-Manesh. He's in his first season, and not just a 20-win year. What a season it's been for Coach Farouk-Manesh. He's assisted by Tim Shelton, Ken DeWeese, Jimmy Foster, Cole Gentry, and Dave Filipovich. The Rams and the Broncos, 11-8 on the season. Here in the 20th game of the Mountain West Conference schedule, tied for 5th along with the Nevada Wolfpack. The Rams and the Broncos are surging. Wolfpack have fallen back to the proverbial pack. Adam Nigon, give us keys to this afternoon's contest.
Make the most of your offensive possessions. Boise State's one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the nation. They don't give up a lot of offensive opportunities on the glass, so make sure you're getting good looks. And on the other end, keep it simple defensively. Don't get beat like you did against the Lobos. Man up one-on-one and don't rush to get to those rotations.
Opening tip is won by the Boise State Broncos. They're wearing the whites here today. Corner 3 from the right side. This is short, and we get a foul going for the board. Buchanan and Booth got tied up, and Buchanan still down. This is going to go against CSU, and that's not a good sign for Boise State. Buchanan coming in averaging 12.5 points per contest, and he's still down on the hardwood. And the medical staff going to come out and take a look at him. Broncos wearing the whites. It is a green out today at Moby Arena, so CSU obliging on the uniform side of things, and they're wearing their green uniforms as well. Buchanan is up and holding that lower left back.
And one of the biggest reasons that Boise State won that game in the first matchup in Boise is Javon Buchanan. He came in, he crashed the glass a few times on Kerry Booth. Kerry Booth had to come out of that game because of Javon Buchanan. And so what happens first possession of the game? Both guys meet, basically brick wall to brick wall. And even Kerry Booth was saying he hooked me a little bit and grabbed my arm. So I guess now they're going to look at this one, which I'm not really sure. Then Leon Rice just waves him off and says, I don't.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, they were going to go over there, and Leon Rice said, no, don't even worry about it. Let's just play. It's funny because it looked like both the players went down. Looked like they got tangled up. Booth gets called with it, his first, and it's the first team foul. Opening possession here of the contest, Broncos and the Rams. Second matchup between these two teams as Boise State got the win in Boise back on January the 16th by 6. Andrews in the paint, step back 2, good.
And that's pretty good defense. You get the switch, Rex Steiner and him communicate it out. You know, Andrews is just such a deadly guy when he gets downhill, and then there like that stops on a dime and pulls up in the mid-range.
So Colorado State, their opening offensive possession. And the Rams have it in the front court. Top of the key, it's Rex Steiner. Off a screen from Jorgensen, back to Butler on the right side. 10 to shoot here. Rex Steiner out front with Fielder on him. Step back three, way off the mark. And the rebound falls into the hands of Andrew Meadow.
Nice job defensively from the Broncos. The Rams go to a quick gate screen, trying to get Brandon Rex Steiner an open three. They get a great job of disrupting the play and really force the Ram into a tough offensive possession there.
Fielder for three. He missed it. Aarons with the rebound and gets the putback for a 4-0 Boise State lead.
Aaron's doing a great job on the switch. He gets a smaller Rex Steiner around him, and he goes straight to the front of the rim as soon as the shot goes up.
Spencer Aarons, the freshman from Ontario, Canada. He came in when Buchanan went to the bench. Here goes Booth into the paint. His floater is up, missing there, and the rebound to Boise State. Slow start here for CSU. Minute 40 into the contest. Broncos leading 4-0. It's a Boise State team coming off a victory against San Diego State on Tuesday night. We'll get a whistle. And it'll stay with Boise State. 86-77, a Bronco win, again their fourth straight victory. And that was a game in which they were in total control over the Aztecs.
Nice job from Jorgensen there, just making Fielder uncomfortable. He's just poking at the ball, not letting him get into any sort of rhythm there, trying to dribble himself into a post-up.
Inbounds come to Keene out front, now to Fielder, fakes the three. Drives right, spinning on Jorgensen, lays it up and in. That's a pretty move, and it's 6-0.
Well, I compared Jorgensen and Fielder, pregame in the. As Rex Steiner almost turns the ball over there, but I compared those two in pregame, except I said Fielder's a lot more physical, as you see there, going towards the basket, just basically going over the top of Jorgensen.
Rams still looking for the first points of the contest. Trailing 6-0 early in the game, 17:42 to go. Top of the key, it's Rex Steiner trying to get it down low, does to Jorgensen, easy layup, and the Rams are on the board.
The Broncos do such a great job getting their hands up high on the switch as Jorgensen was just so open underneath. Great use of a ball fake there to get guys going one way and open up the passing lane.
Here's Andrews out front for Boise State, driving on Butler. Got held, and a whistle and a foul. Second team foul against CSU. First on Jace Butler, the sophomore transfer from the University of Washington.
Dylan Andrews just so shifty. You see there that change of pace through the leg dribble just catches Jace a little off guard as he tries reaching in. If not, Andrews was going to get right to the rim.
Broncos inbounded right in front of us. Nato has the ball. He's just checked in, driving left in the lane. There's Meadow, had it rejected by Jorgensen into the front court. Here's Mooney, steps into a three, short. The rebound to Keene and Boise State.
Carey, that's where Carey's going to get better, right? In transition, nobody should be able to get in front of him and stop him. He picked his dribble up way too early in that possession.
And powering his way to the hoop was Drew Fielder. Transfer from Georgetown, coming off a 33-point performance on Tuesday night.
Just physical, twice now, just me versus you, and I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm going to get to the rim.
So an 8-2 lead here for Boise State. Good start for the Broncos. Mooney's the right wing, sends it off to Butler. Butler puts the ball on the deck against Keene, takes him inside the arc, lays it up and in with the foul. Right, Butler's so good going to that left hand. It's coming. It's hard to stop.
But it's so hard to stop when he comes and he's constantly on that right wing. It's perfect offensively in a position to get him downhill. And I mean, again, the Rams did not have anything going there offensively, as Broncos doing a great job defensively of fanning out to those shooters. Great job of tucking himself under the arms of the defender to get that and one.
Foul goes against R.J. Keene, his first, and Butler to the free throw line, and the lefty converts on the three-point play.
I like to see the Rams defense make things a little tougher here for the Broncos offensively, as got some pretty good looks here right at the rim.
8-5, Colorado State trailing here. 16:20 to go in the first. Aaron's trying to back his way down, poked away. Rams have it in the front court. Here's Mooney's down the lane. Reverse layup got blocked. And looked like a double dribble coming back on Keene. There was no call. Boy, Ali Frokmanet saw the same thing. He is all over the officials on that. By the way, it's Keith Kimball, Luke Schumer, and Kevin Rara are the trio of officials here today. Deep three out front. Nato missed it short. And a foul for the board. It'll go against CSU, and that'll draw some of the Bluebirds here.
Spencer Aarons just making the most of his minutes here early with Buchanan going to the bench. Not the offensive rebound, but it's going to keep the possession for the Broncos. They're working hard underneath.
It goes against JoJo McIver. We have a timeout, 15:54 to go. We're in the first. An early 8-5 lead for Boise State. Stay with us. We're back after this on the Mountain West Network, the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. VMW.com/2026.
Old Trapper Beefs.
$15:54 to go in the first. 8-5. Boise State with the early advantage. Rams basketball today brought to you by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. You can make your next play a smart one and protect what more at CFBinsurance.com. Well, here's Nato driving inside, got to the rim, blocked there by Booth. Loose ball picked up by Jace Butler.
Carry the eraser. Again, it's tough getting.
Colorado State will throw it in on the sideline.
Rams ball.
Butler has it on the right baseline on the wing. Butler can't pull the trigger though. Outside to Butler. Step back. Now inside to Jorgensen. Poked away. Loose on the floor. Still loose on the floor. And out of bounds. That'll go to CSU. No change of possession there. So the shot clock will stay the same. It sits at 6.
Promise.
Yeah, Boise State and Leon Rice, they have challenged the call here. And you get the new challenge rules this year in college basketball. You have to have a timeout in order to challenge. Then if you win, you
After previous view, call on the court has been changed. The successful challenge has been to go in and will not lose a timeout.
All right, so the challenge was successful. It's funny, on Wednesday night it was, down at the pit, the Rams and the Lobos, we saw 3 successful coaches' challenges in that game.
Yeah, really, and it's up to those assistants, those GAs on the bench with those DVR, recorders who get that quick replay on the sideline and say yes or no to coach as quick as they can. They're only as good as the Wi-Fi in the building.
All right, so the Broncos with the basketball, they lead 8-5, 15-10 to go here in the first half of play. Maryland sends it out front to the right side. Here's Buchanan. He's back in after being shaken up on the game's first possession. Maryland high on the right side. Hands off to Dylan Andrews, the point guard. Back to Maryland. Drives left. Gets to the low block. Working against Jorgensen. The jump hook is up and in.
Just looked a little too comfortable there. I would have liked to see one of the guards kind of double down or at least act like they're poking at the ball, because Maryland, just not a great score, but easily enough there as he gets to the front of the hoop.
So a 10-5 lead for Boise State, doubling up Colorado State. Top of the key, it's Mooney's. Mooney's driving inside, lip fake, stepping in. Carmichael on him, steps through with the left hand and somehow stayed out. The rebound came to Andrews. He's streaking. Front court, Andrews down the lane, took 4 steps and scores it.
I may have dipped his shoulder as well, right through the double team. Dylan Andrews ain't afraid of anybody in transition.
And a 12-5 lead for Boise State. Out front, here's McIver driving on Andrews. Got 2 feet in the paint, sends it out to Butler. Boise State's been stifling on defense so far here. Buchanan nearly poked it away from Booth out front. Back up between the rings, it's McIver with 8 to shoot. McIver driving left into the paint, reverse layup is up and in. Boy, what a move by the freshman.
Aggressiveness. I mean, we haven't seen him turn a corner like that off a ball screen all year long. And how about that? Not only that, getting the other side of the rim and a little up and under.
12-7, Rams within 5 here. Andrews in the paint. Outside, a deep 3 is up and good. Dominic Maryland will connect from downtown. Just his 7th 3 of the year. He was coming in shooting 26%.
And the lack of rotations defensively, you feel like the Rams on the court knew that the numbers as Maryland left wide open there.
And Jorgensen trying to answer, not able to do it. Broncos with an 8-point lead in the basketball. Buchanan step back 3. That's an air ball, came right underneath the Maryland. And we get a whistle. I believe. Well, let's see. Shot clock got reset there. Not sure if that's what they blew the whistle for or what.
I think it didn't reset. And luckily for us, as Broncos essentially about to get a wide open layup.
All right, so Keith Kimball coming over saying he wants 13:09 on the game clock.
And let's see if somebody off the bench here can kind of get things going for the Rams, bring a little juice. Get Darnez Slater, Augie Cudelis, and Rex
After
Steiner
stoppage, 13:09 on the game clock, 21 on the shot clock. White's basketball.
All right, so 21 on the shot clock, 13:09 on the game clock. Yeah, Ali Prokmanesh going to the bench now. Darnez Slater, Augie Cudelis, Rashawn Bemba all check in. Rams looking for energy here. And stepping on the sideline was Andrews. An forced error there. They turn it over. Just the second turnover of the game for Boise State.
Let's see if the Rams can get the ball moving around the horn a little bit. It feels like it's getting stuck into one side. We're having a lot of dribbling going on, and everyone knows we're at our best when the ball's flying around and our assist rate's up.
All right, Rams in the front court. Rashawn Bemba has it up at the high post. Outside it goes to Rex Steiner. Found a back cutter in the lane. There's Cudelis. Has to send it back out to Rex Steiner. He'll drive. Back to Augie. Fakes the 3. Boy, just got smashed in the face. Andrews inadvertently caught him with the arm there.
And everybody's mad that Cudelis doesn't get the initial bump there as he catches the ball underneath on a cut. But he doesn't go up. If he goes right up, he's wide open. He goes up, he's probably got a chance at an and one or some free throws. Got to be stronger than that. No, Buchanan's on your back.
Slater has it on the right wing. Feeds it right to the lane. Here's Cudelis banging his way into the paint. Had to send it out though. Rex Steiner, top of the key. Fakes the 3 into the paint. Lays it off. And the look is up and good for Rashawn Bemba.
You got to have pretty good hands to catch that 2-foot pass, in traffic like that. And not only that, rip it through two guys to get to the other side of the rim.
3-try. Andrews head of the key, barely glances off the iron, and then a foul for the rebound against Boise State.
And who is it banging in there for the offensive rebound again? Javon Buchanan. He's just a menace. As soon as that shot goes up, you better get a body on him. Good job from Cutilis, who's pretty good at doing that as well.
That's the first time Buchanan. And the 14th foul against Boise State. And here comes the full court pressure from the Broncos. Of course, Colorado State building up that big lead at New Mexico on Wednesday, and then the full court pressure really bothered CSU. Cutilis corner three. Yes, sir.
Attack the over-aggressive defense. That's what you need to do. Make them pay if they want to come up and take you 94 feet. What a pass to the corner from Jevin Moonies.
And Cutilis had that monster three with about 7 minutes to go in the game on Wednesday. The silencer. Fielder top of the key. Fielder driving into the paint, lays it up and in. Man, Fielder has been tough going to the rim.
He just looks like a guy who's coming off a 30-point game, 33-point game. I mean, he's shook and baked Jorgensen a few possessions earlier in the game and just playing with a whole different confidence out there.
17-12, lead is 5 for Boise State. Broncos have not trailed in the first half. 11:25 to go in the first. Recksteiner gets clear for a three. In and out. Rebound. Cutilis put back up
and it really feels like Augie's found a new confidence within himself, hasn't he? He's really built on the last 3 or 4 games. And see there, getting the offensive rebound, doing the dirty work.
And a baseline drive there by Boom, misses everything. Rebound to Moonies. Front court, left side. Slater will hoist up a three. Missed it. And the rebound to Boise State.
It's too bad. Great job again. Just keep up the pressure, keep up the intensity, and keep letting it fly. Make Boise State play defense on their heels.
Buchanan able to shake free underneath. He blew the layup, but got his own rebound. Meadow has it inside. Rejected, but fouled.
This Boise State Bronco team wants all the smoke. They are bringing it in every single time. You've got to meet bodies with bodies, and then when it does go up, you better start clearing some of those bodies out of the paint as Buchanan cleaning up his own miss there.
All right, 10:37 to go. We're in the first. We'll take a timeout. 17-14. Broncos in front of the Rams on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
The crowd is pumping at the pit. This place is electric.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Colorado State Ram basketball today, brought to you by OCR, the Orthopedic and Spine Center of the Rockies, the official team positions of Colorado State University Athletics. Over 45 positions, providing care across 6 medical campuses. Learn more at orthohealth.com. Now 10:37 to go here. We're in the first half of play. 17-14, Boise State leading. Rams sitting at 20-10 overall and 11-8 in Mountain West Conference play. It seems like an eternity ago when you looked at the conference standings and CSU was sitting at 3-8. Well, that was on January 31st. Here we are on March 7th, and the Rams have not lost since. Meanwhile, for Boise State, 19-11 overall, 11-8, right there with the Rams and the Nevada Wolfpack entering Saturday. Tied for 5th in the Mountain West Conference, and they have won 4 straight.
And both of these teams have really kind of had an up and down season to start. You know, that initial loss to, you know, the the strip mall sharks for Boise State, and then the Rams started so well and then just had a terrible December and January, and then for both of these teams to come out and go on the crazy run that they're on, I mean, it's just going to be a wild week next week in the conference tournament.
Andrew Meadow at the free throw line, and the first free throw is up, and it is good. Second free throw is good. Boy, Meadows' game has improved and grown over the years, and his appearance has changed over the years too, right? He had the long hair back a couple years ago, and then he was wearing the goggles, and now it's the short hair and no eyewear. But he has been a terrific player for Boise State for 3 years now. Rams have him in the front court, trailing 19-14. Bemba has it left to the lane, drives inside, lays it up and in. They went right to work on Aarons.
Meet muscle with muscle, right? We talked off air, you know, a little different in the shot selection for both of these teams right now. And how about Bemba just taking it right to him in the middle of the paint?
19-16, Rams back within 3. Bronco basketball, Fielder top of the key. Nowhere to go, and now wants to back down here on Bemba. Double comes, tries to hook a pass off, nearly threw it away. And stepping on the sideline, chasing the loose ball was Boise State and Spencer Aarons.
And that Rams staff saw exactly what we saw. We saw Fielder feeling a little too comfortable getting to his spots, and immediately Fielder goes to that walk-in post-up, and who comes from the baseline? Cutilus with a quick double team. You force Fielder into a tough spot, throwing the ball away like that, and the Rams get a turnover.
Again, a little full-court pressure here from Boise State. Bun Buom is getting some early run here for the Boise State Broncos. He did not play in the first matchup between these two teams. Rams get it back to Bemba, has it left to the lane. To the corner, Rechsteiner cuts inside the arc, slithers his way through. He's in trouble, throws it out of traffic, got it to Butler. Butler driving left in the lane. Butler pivots. One on the shot clock, and the Rams don't get a shot away.
Tough there. You know, Augie may have had a bit of a plea for a foul there as he goes up with 1 second on the clock, but it did almost look like one of the Boise State Broncos offense had a possession of that ball before it went out of bounds, but nonetheless, the Rams here working defensively.
So Nato going to bring it in the front court. The freshman from Angola lobs it inside to Fielder. He's in traffic and got bumped on that arm. It wasn't much, but there was enough to blow the whistle. And 2 free throws coming up.
It's the toughest spot to guard a pick and roll. Right at the top of the key, you see Rechsteiner and Mooney's come in, but they're late. And Fielder's already in front of the rim. By the time they get there, you just bump him on the catch, and he's going up. And I think it's a pretty good foul call.
And free throws up and good for Fielder. We mentioned Fielder had 33 on Tuesday night in the victory against San Diego State. Did a lot of his damage at the free throw line, Adam. He went 16 of 18 from the free throw line.
Just comfortable in any spot on the floor right now. That's why he's so dangerous. See the Rams falling for a lot of his ball fakes right now.
This is the second free throw. 20-16, Colorado State trailing. Rams have it up into the front court. Gary Booth will check in at the next whistle. Kyle Jorgensen has checked in the game. Bemba to the bench. Mooney's top of the key. Now Rechsteiner, great look. That's a 3 on target.
And just that, knowing Rechsteiner's there waiting, Mooney's just couldn't wait to get that ball out of Jorgensen's hand because he had his shooter waiting in the pocket.
Colorado State's been cold from 3, but finally get one to go. 3 from Buom misses. Rebound to CSU. Colorado State front court looking for their first lead of the afternoon. Rechsteiner holds it up out between the circles. Off the bounce into the paint. Hooks a pass inside to Jorgensen. Outside, Butler for the lead. Too strong, and ball pinballs around and finally finds Boise State and Andrew Meadow.
And Augie Cutilus in there causing mayhem, just giving us everything he's got, almost poking that one free.
Fielder on the left wing, drives inside, walked with the basketball. That extra step.
And what about the heads-up play from Jace Butler, whose man's actually running the baseline, and for him to recognize Fielder driving his back, he just stands straight up, and Fielder was not expecting that at all and has to tiptoe his way to the hoop. Great recognition from Butler.
So 8 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Boise has led from the very get-go, but Colorado State has closed this down to 1. The large lead has been 8 for the Broncos in the first half. Back cutting in the lane, Butler. And the Rams have their first lead of the afternoon. What a look for Mooney's.
And initially the defense is great, isn't it? But it's the last second he comes free and open. Mooney's is planning on that. Puts it right where it needs to be.
Down the lane, Meadow couldn't get it to go. The rebound tipped out. Boy, Butler just got thrown to the court. Keene for 3, and it's good. Boy, Ollie Proknesh is red hot because Keene knocked down Butler to get the rebound and tip it out. And then Keene, of course, hits the 3.
And that's how usually it goes in the basketball gods. It's just a guy doesn't get a foul call and then gets open in the corner and knocks one down.
And Jorgensen with the answer. That's a 3.
Jorgensen just so deadly with the pick and pop. Just makes your 5-man on the other side make such a decision. Do you help on the roll or do you get out to the shooter?
Jorgensen knocked down 5 triples at the pit on Wednesday. Broncos in the front court trailing. Meadow, he wants to answer. Not going to be able to do it there. The rebound to CSU. Mooney's comes out of the back with it. His head up, racing up the sideline. Now he's going to back down, left to the lane, spins in a bit of trouble. Keene on him, kicks it out. Another 3, Jorgensen. Not this time.
Nice replace, though. He comes in and bails out Mooney's, who's doing his best job reverse pivoting to find anything, and Jorgensen just off there.
24-23, CSU with the lead, 6:14 to go. Andrews probing at the foul line, pulls the trigger and gets it to go.
I mean, that's just nasty work in the middle of the paint. He gets free off of 2 screens. Butler's there the entire time, but again, we've just seen him come free with that step back right in the front of the free throw line.
Lead back to Boise State, 25-24. Here's Butler inside the arc, lays it up. Whistle, travel. Man, I didn't see that. And you go back to that drive by Andrews earlier in the first half. Man, but Jorgensen knocks down a triple. And Colorado State and Boise State going back and forth. We have a timeout, 5:51 to go. We're in the first, 25-24 Broncos on the Mountain West Network, Colorado State Sports Network.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy emergency. What's your beef? Old Trapper Beef.
I always believed my greatest gift was my eye. Then I almost lost it, and everything went dark. Now I know my greatest gift wasn't my eye at all. It was my vision.
All right, 5:51 to go. We're in the first half of play. We're back inside Moby Arena. Quite terrific crowd here this afternoon as it's filled in very nicely. 25-24, Boise State on top of Colorado State. We have 5:51 to go here in the first half of play. Men's basketball brought to you by Lion Home Service, Colorado's #1 choice for heating and cooling, plumbing, drains, and electrical for quality home repair and maintenance you can trust. See their latest offers at lionhomeservice.com. Ryan Roth, Adam Nygaard with you. Boy, how about this? 4 lead changes within the last minute and a half of this contest, Adam.
Well, it's been a fun up and down after a bit of a slow start. The Rams really came out of the last time out, shot out of a cannon. In particular, it was the 3 subs. Slater, Cudelis, and Bemba came in. Cudelis +7 in this ballgame has really put his mark on us. He's got 5 points and 4 rebounds early in this game.
Broncos basketball out of the timeout. Pearson Carmichael has the top of the key. Buchanan's back in the contest. Here's Parolin, going to kick it out, and he airmailed it into the second row of the stands.
Talked about the adjustment a few minutes ago, the double team on Fielder. Now it comes on Parolin, who was wide open underneath, but not expecting Muniz to come over as quick as he did. As soon as he caught it, airmails it to the corner.
And Booth was trying to cut through, and I believe they'll get Buchanan on that.
It's his second, and you know, a guy who got hurt early in this game, got free for a couple of offensive rebound opportunities, and now he's going to have to watch what he does here the rest of this half. I would go right back at him.
JoJo McIver's back in the lineup for Colorado State. Had a pretty nifty reverse layup earlier in the contest. Picks up his bounce here. Hands to Mooney. He's on the angle left. Just 10 of the shot clock. Ali Frokmanesh telling his team to go. Butler has to settle for a step back three, and it glances off the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Not a great offensive possession that time for the green and gold.
But a great defensive possession for the Broncos.
No doubt.
I mean, just stifling us everywhere we go. You can't get off of them on the dribble, and then you're not relying on switching and, you know, rotations defensively, where you see just nothing going good for the Rams offensively.
Andrews rises for three. Missed it. Rebound. Got tipped out to Buchanan. And the paint. Here's Parolin on the low block. Backing his way down at Jorgensen. Sends it out, though. Skip pass. Keene in the corner. One of the three, not going to take it though. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Carmichael in the paint, runner up and in. Pearson Carmichael, the sophomore.
That's tough because that's great defense. Individual effort from MacGyver, closing out to the corner, keeping his feet, and then coming in and showing on the drive at that.
27-24, lead back up to 3 now for Boise State. Booth back cutting in the lane, has it underneath, lays it up and in.
Carey just beat up every time he catches the ball. And Javon Buchanan again playing with those 2 fouls. Carey had to work to get himself to the other side of the rim there.
First bucket of the game for Booth. Carmichael rises. That's a 3. Misfires. Rebound. Booth has it. And with under 4 minutes to go in the first half, Rams have a chance to regain the lead here. MacGyver driving on Andrews. Spins. Pivots in the paint, is in a bit of trouble, has to lob it all the way out front to Moody's. 15 to shoot. Rams will reset. Right back in the hands of the freshman point guard, MacGyver. Butler catches on the right side, drives on Keene into the paint, kicks out to Booth, fakes the 3, fires the 3, tried to draw the foul, couldn't do it. Rebound to Boise State. Ram fans wanted the foul, but not going to get it. Quite frankly, I don't think it's deserving either. Right side, Parolin going to hand off there to Andrews. Andrews, baseline, on the drive, lays it up and in.
Nobody home in the help side, but you can't be in help side because Javon Buchanan absolutely buries MacGyver the entire possession. And Coach Ali's really mad at MacGyver, but you know, Buchanan absolutely puts him in a position he can't get around to the front. Great drive there on the mismatch from Dylan Andrews.
All right, well, Kerry Booth tried to draw the foul, but they could not bait the official into it. We have a timeout. Ali Frokmanesh has called it. He was really red hot at his team with a blown assignment defensively just a moment ago. 3:10 to go in the first. 29-26 Broncos on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset. Because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work and the one that changes everything. Because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
We're all seeking a spark, that can't deny it feeling that pushes you forward. For us, it starts here. Where elevation fuels inspiration and roots run deep. We make a difference with high-impact research and rise up when it matters most. Your education begins on campus, but your experience can take you anywhere. When you find your energy at CSU, you discover anything is possible.
All right, 3:10 to go here in the first half. Back at Moby Arena, 29-26. Broncos on top of the Rams. We have seen 4 lead changes in the contest. Brian Roth, Adam Nygaard with you. Great to have everybody with us on the simulcast today on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Radio Network. And 2 p.m. game here. There's a 2 p.m. game going on at the Spectrum in Logan, Utah. And Utah State, with 5 minutes to go in the first half, up 34-28 on New Mexico. That's a Aggies team, but they win that outright Mountain West Conference regular season champs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people tuning into that one, and what a disappointment for the Lobos, as they would have had a chance to have an outright conference championship as well had they handled the business against us the other night. But what is life as the Mountain West? Another day, another dollar, and the Rams really propelled themselves in that second half.
Jorgensen with the dunk on the feed for Mooney's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first Jorgensen dunk in a while, in at least 5 or 6 games. Don't see that a lot. Great call from out of the timeout from Fuqua there. Let's see if we can back it up with a stop.
All right, it's the 5th assist already here in the first half for Jevin Mooney's. He's a great distributor. Andrews top of the key. Andrews drives right, kick to the corner to Keene. Not going to shoot the 3 there. Outside to Fielder, the big man. Out of Carmichael on the angle right, 6 on the shot clock. Carmichael spinning inside the paint. Throws up a wild shot and it goes in. Man, Carmichael's hit 2 really tough runners.
And that slow jump stop, too, where you see the whole Ram bench calling for a travel. I'd like to take a look at Jace Butler's feet, the possession earlier where they called a travel on him, because it certainly looked like the same play to me. Again, Carson Piermichael, a guy who really can hurt you, slash into the basket.
Well, lead back up to 3 here. $1:56 to go in the first half. High post Jorgensen. Outside to Mooney's. Looking. And we get a foul away from the ball. It was Jorgensen trying to cut into the paint and got grabbed by Fielder.
And it's essentially the same play. You just feel Fielder. You feel Parolin cheating those down screens, that high ball screen. And so what do? You slip right to the rim. And Fielder holding on for dear life. Otherwise, he's going to give up another dunk.
Rams will throw it in. Right. Fielder looking for the steal, and he just ran right through Jorgensen, nearly knocked him out of bounds. Ali Fuqua was holding his hands up, looking for a foul. Now, boy, there's another foul away from the basketball. This is going to go on Carmichael. So that'd be the 17th foul.
Well, surprised Mooney misses Jorgensen initially on the roll, as Jorgensen showing him his chest. Nobody there, but looking to go from the top down, and Carson Piermichael just getting abused there on the switch and roll.
So Jorgensen at the free throw line. This will be 1-1. You mentioned Mooney's already with 5 assists. He has 30 assists in the last 4 games. Does Jevin Mooney's, the lone senior here tonight, honored.
Averaging 7.5 over his last 4. Insane.
A free throw miss short from Jorgensen.
I'm sorry, and it's Pearson Carmichael. I think I'm calling him Carson Piermichael, but excuse me, man. He's such a good player. That little streaky from downtown, but man, if he gets going inside and out, you are in a lot of trouble.
Andrews drives to the foul line. Outside Keene, another 3. Not there. Rebound on the inside. Fielder put back good.
He's just so tough. And it doesn't matter if it's Buchanan underneath or Fielder. They don't give up a lot of room once they get their feet in the paint.
Fielder with a game-high 9, and now the lead's up to 5 here. Into the paint, Jorgensen sends it out to Mooney's. Wide open, that's a 3, misses. And the rebound to Butler collects it on the baseline. New light for the Rams. Out front, it's Mooney's. 53 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Broncos up by 5. 10 on the shot clock now on the reset. Here's Mooney's crossing over. Working on Fielder, steps back. Now to Booth, fires the 3. Short. The rebound to Boise State. Boy, the Rams have been dreadful from downtown. Broncos haven't been much better. Right side, it's Andrews. Andrews trying to shake free. Steps back. He wants a 3, and that's good. And this thing is up to 8. Matches the large lead of the first half, and Leon Rice has called the timeout.
Shaking and baking his way around with Rexsteiner. They're coming off the screen. How many times? 3 times now in the first half we've seen him step back into a something there, getting his toes behind the 3-point line.
So it's a 7-0 run here for Boise State. The Rams haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. And all of a sudden this thing is up to 8 for Boise State. Broncos just 3 of 13 from deep. The Rams just 3 of 13 from deep. But coming to the game, while Boise's a nice 3-point shooting team, obviously the Rams one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the nation.
Well, the difference is they're cleaning up some of their misses. They've got 8 offensive rebounds that have led to 13 second chance points. On the other side, the Rams have, just the 2 offensive rebounds that have led to 2 second chance points. So, take a page out of their book. If we're going to throw up, some bricks, we got to go get them and try and make something out of nothing.
You see that largest lead has been 8. Boise State here in the contest. They have led for 17 minutes and 46 seconds. All right, here we go. Shot clock is dark. 16 seconds to go. See if CSU can snap the 7-0 run and take a little bit something into the locker room. 10 seconds to go. Still out front. Mooney's up by the half-court logo. 7 seconds to go. Mooney's off the bounce. Got it to Rechsteiner. Baseline drive. Rechsteiner floater. Missed it. Tipped by Butler at the buzzer. Will not go. And that's how the first half will end. The Broncos were in control most of the half. Rams came back. Took the lead on a couple of occasions, but a 7-0 run to close out the first half, and the Broncos take an 8-point lead into the intermission. 20 minutes in the books. Broncos 36, Rams 28. Halftime show comes up next on the Colorado State Sports Network and the Mountain West Network.
Old Trapper Beefs. One-upping.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor.
What about the clear bag?
That shows you exactly what you're getting.
Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Will you sign my bag and my tattoo?
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
I always believed my greatest gift was my eye. Then I almost lost it, and everything went dark. Now I know my greatest gift wasn't my eye at all. It was my vision.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Truck Month only happens once a year.
So it's gotta be big.
Like available Pro Power on board big.
Protect it with the Ford Security Package big. Biggest deals of the year big.
There's only one, Ford Truck Month.
Deal's so good, we need a bigger drawer big.
Oh yeah.
And now get 0% APR for 60 months with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days. Plus $1,000 Truck Month cash on select Ford vehicles. Old Trapper Beefs. Pack smash.
My peanut butter and jelly.
Ew.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess my ham and cheese didn't make it.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Now that's a great view.
Yep. Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Marines are made for this. Made for the calling only warriors can answer. Made from an unshakable belief in our nation and a strength that comes from the determination to win together. But you'll have to earn your place among us, because you don't join the Marines. You become one.
In the heart of downtown Las Vegas, a sports oasis awaits. Stadium Swim, the ultimate outdoor amphitheater, built for the ultimate sports fan, with a colossal screen that brings the game closer than ever. Reserve a daybed, private cabana, or lounge in the center of it all. 6 pools to dive into as the game heats up. And the best part, there's never an off-season. Open 365 days a year. Stadium Swim, it's always spectator season.
It's here. EA Sports College Football 26. Mountain West is in the game. Now it's your turn to call the plays, win the rivalries, own the moment. Your school, your squad, your chance to take the title. It's time to step up and make history with your favorite Mountain West team. where stars are born.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
right, we're all set as we welcome everybody back inside Moby Arena, the campus of Colorado State University in Fort Collins. 36-28, Boise State with the lead. Both teams back on the court. Rams wearing the greens. It's a green out this afternoon, and Boise State wearing white on the road. Broncos closed out that first half on a 7-0 run. And CSU's going to get the opening possession here of the second half. Rams have it in the front court. Mooney's up between the rings. Trying to use the Jorgensen screen. Now to Rechsteiner left baseline. Booth out front. Mooney's has the top of the key. Watched by Andrew Meadow. Now to Butler high right. Timer winding down here. And Butler throws it out of bounds looking for a back cutter. And Mooney's threw it off his fingertips and out of bounds. That's not a great way to start the second half. And boy, Butler, as well as the Rams played on Wednesday night, Butler had 7 turnovers. The Rams had 20 turnovers on Wednesday and still won in the pit.
Yeah, it got a little dicey there down the stretch, but nonetheless, the Rams shoot 31 free throws in that game. And mentioned over this last 8-game win streak, we're averaging almost 28 free throws per game. So what a big thing that's been for the Rams is getting themselves to the free throw line and slowing things down because we needed those free throws in a bad way last game.
Boy, Meadow going down to the block, trading paint with Mooney's, and then a foul on Mooney's on the shot. It'll be in the act of shooting, and 2 free throws coming for Andrew Meadow.
Can we get a legal ID here if you get a chance?
Let's take 10 seconds on the radio side for station identification. 10 seconds on the Colorado State Sports Network.
KUAD-FM and KUAD HD1 Windsor, a Town Square media station. Your home for CSU Rams men's basketball is K99.
Alongside the former Colorado State guard, Adam Nigon, I'm Brian Roth. Great to have everybody with us across the stream and the radio network. Both free throws are good. And this thing, for the first time, is up to double figures. 38-28 Broncos. Colorado State team that hasn't scored in seemingly forever. Left of the lane is Brandon Rechsteiner. The defense has been stifling this afternoon for Boise State.
When the Rams trying to take advantage of that initial cut to the rim, you see twice now with Rechsteiner and Jorgensen.
Jorgensen on the low block, 2 to shoot. Mooney's has to hoist up a 3, halfway down and pop back out. Rebound to Boise State. Broncos have it in the front court. A 3-try fielder missed short. Rebound gets deflected out to Meadow. That's another offensive rebound for the Boise State Broncos. Up top of the key, Andrews drives on Butler up high off the window. He missed it. Boy, Booth had a big-time impact on that.
With a nasty in-and-out dribble from Dylan Andrews, too, that Jace Butler shook out of his shoes.
And a foul out front against Keene. Rechsteiner went to the hardwood. Keene going to pick up his second personal foul. Boy, Keene, one of the few players that has been at this school, his school, for 4 or 5 years. He's been at Boise State for 5 years.
What'd you tell me last game? There's 22 guys this year that are 4-year guys?
Power 4 in the Big East, only 22 players here on senior day or senior night that have been with their school for 4 or 5 years. Butler misses on the inside. I mean, that gives you a very good idea of the state of college athletics right now. Here comes Boise State front court. Buchanan tried to drive on Booth. Buchanan snaps a pass outside. Meadow, good look. That's a 3, and it's good. Rams are in trouble. It's a 12-0 run, bridging back to the first half.
And if you remember in the first matchup in the second half, the Rams got it to 2 points, but all of a sudden, bang, 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 triple threes, and really stretched out that game for Boise State, and the Rams were never able to really get back in that ball game, so got to definitely be careful here. We need something in a hurry.
3-try. Rechsteiner left wing missed it short. Rebound flying in was Fielder. 17:22 to go here in the second. Colorado State has been scoreless now when you go back to that first half for over 5 minutes. Boise State's taking advantage. Fielder has the top of the key. Gonna lob it down low to Meadow. Has it right of the lane. Double team comes, he'll back away. Picked up the bounce, he's in a bit of trouble. Ball gets deflected and stolen. Front court, here comes Rechsteiner driving in the lane. Lays it up with the left hand, he missed it. Rebound Boise State. CSU can't buy a bucket. Broncos in the front court. Andrews down the lane. Missed it. Rebound. No good from Meadow. Rams want to run. They have a 2-on-1. Lob to Booth. The tomahawk.
boy, did we get bailed out with a missed layup on one end, a turnover on a 3-on-1, and still the Rams able to get out in transition and finish with authority. Kerry Booth.
Let's see if that wakes this Colorado State team up. That snaps a 12-0 run. Andrews on the right wing for Boise State. Got the crowd back into it a little bit. 16-13 to go here in the second. Buchanan out front. Buchanan driving on Booth to the rim. Lays it up and in.
It's just so tough. I mean, he doesn't do a whole lot flashy offensively. 1-2 dribbles. Just likes to use that wide body and get it just a little bit of space as he gets to the rim and use the glass.
Back to a 13-point lead for Boise State, 43-30. So we slip inside, 16 minutes to go, and a back cut. Boy, they're going to have Booth for a dunk, and Buchanan, terrific defense, just had the arm out and got a piece of the basketball.
Nice hustle there. You know, as you see here, Kerry Booth giving it up to get it back. What an exclamation point for the Rams, who looked like they were in trouble here. Good answer.
All right, we have a timeout. 15:48 to go. We're in the second. Broncos 43, Rams 30 on the Mountain West Network, the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Old Trapper Beefs. Energy Emergency. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
I always believed my greatest gift was my eye. Then I almost lost it, and everything went dark. Now I know my greatest gift wasn't my eye at all. It was my vision.
$15:48 to go. We're in the second, 43-30. Boise State with the advantage over Colorado State. Rams basketball is brought to you by Kohl's. From jerseys to hats and more, you can find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. And Wagner Rents is a proud sponsor of CSU Athletics. The Rams are powered by Wagner Rents. Well, 43-30. Again, we mentioned Boise State. They have led for nearly 23 minutes here of this contest. We talked about all these matchups this year in the Mountain West, where it's like, boy, is CSU ever going to go to the pit again? Will the Rams ever play Air Force again, right? Will you ever go to the Lawler Event Center in Reno again? We do know this. The Rams and the Broncos will have each other on the schedule next year because they'll once again be in the same conference, Pac-12.
With the records we have at some of those places, I can guarantee it's going to be a decade before we go to some of them. And, you know, it's frustrating for fans because you love the matchup, you love the rivalries, but I mean, why would you go to the pit and play again? You're 7-48 all time. I mean, it's not going to do you any good unless they're giving you $1 million to go down and play. It really is going to be a tough one to set up again.
All right, Ram basketball here. See if CSU can get this offense going. The Boise's defense has been smothering this afternoon. Colorado State really hasn't had much of an answer for him. Here's Bemba trying to work on the inside. Boy goes up with a shot, he missed it. And then a fight for the rebound. We'll get a jump ball called. And possession arrow to Boise State. Boy, that was terrific defense by Dominic Parolin underneath.
And I like playing Aki Kutelis a little more in the second half. I mean, you see right there, a little physical, going into the offensive glass. And again, ripping that ball free from Aarons, not giving it up.
And Andrews got caught in the backcourt and had to use a timeout. With that, we'll step aside. 15:27 to go. We're in the second. Broncos continue to lead by 13 on the Mountain West Network, the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Mountain West fans, tournament time is coming. Get ready for MW Madness in Las Vegas.
And away we go.
One stop, one shot, one champion. Who will rise to be the best in the West? Tickets are on sale now. Don't miss a minute of the action this March. VMW.com/2026.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water, made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and run the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Here at Moby Arena, 43-30, Boise State with the advantage over Colorado State. Just joining us, the Broncos closed out the first half on a 7-0 run to take an 8-point lead at halftime, and then scored the first 5 out of the second half. And it was a 12-0 run, bridging back to the first half. The Rams have gotten a bucket since then. It's a Boise State team that has been in control. And you think back to last year in the final regular season game, and Colorado State went up to Extra Mile Arena, and it was senior night for Tyson Degenhardt, a legendary player for the Broncos. And boy, the Rams down by 9 with 10 minutes to go, and they surged to the final buzzer, 83-73, behind 36 from Neat Clifford. So the Rams spoiled Boise State's senior night last year, and Boise State trying to do the same to the Rams here this year.
And I talked about one of the keys in this ballgame is limiting, your shots and getting good shots offensively, because Boise State's not going to give you very many second chance opportunities, as the rebounding margin right now, -13, 13-26.
Rams getting doubled up on the glass. That's got to change. 8 on the shot clock out. Andrews has it out between the rings. Andrews probing. Step back. That's a tough shot. Barely draws iron. And Cutelis chases down the rebound. Outlet to Rex Steiner. Brandon has it in the front court. Colorado State just 2 points to show for their effort through the first 5 minutes. And really that goes back to the first half. 2 points in 8 minutes for CSU. Here's Bemba. Tried to drive outside to Augie Cutelis at the foul line. Spins. Gets it to Bemba on the low block. Double team comes outside to Butler. Butler on the baseline. Boy, it looked like he had a shot. Not going to take it. Mooney's cutting back door. He lays it up and in.
And Mooney's kind of being small inside, knowing he's open. And then as soon as Bemba gets the ball, just gets open and opens his chest up so Bemba can see him. Great job cutting from the weak side.
43-32. Rams down by 11. Andrews with the dribble out front. Bounce pass on the right side to Andrew Meadow. Throws it right of the lane. Parolin had the ball pooped away from him and stolen. Here comes Mooney's in the front court. No numbers, though. Mooney's going to hold it up. Colorado State will set up their offense. Here's Bemba down the lane. He had it blocked at the rim. Andrews went up and met him.
I just think he got lost on the roll. Wasn't quite sure where he was. Trying to finish out with his left hand. It surprised him being right in front of the rim.
3-try. Keene from the right side is good. His second.
And talk about a back-breaking 5-point swing. Miss a layup, give up a 3. Now the Rams really in need of a bucket here.
46-32. Rams in the front court. Here's Butler, top of the key. Butler picks up the bounce into the paint. Bemba, who was just getting bear hugged by Parolin. That's going to go against the Lehigh transfer. Parolin spent 4 years at Lehigh, picking up just his first.
Well, teams that are physical defensively, they don't mind those types of fouls. I mean, they can't call every single foul on the floor. It's why you see we're so frustrated inside. It's one of those things like San Diego State. They body you so much, you just can't call every single foul, and you get away with 1 or 2.
Mooney's on the right baseline for CSU. Got it to Rex Steiner. Rises for a 3. No good. Rebound Bemba. And he was fouled by Carmichael. Boy, Bemba parachuting in for that one. And Brandon Rexsteiner, boy, he has had a rough afternoon for as hot as Rexsteiner has been here in the last 2 weeks. From the exact opposite here today.
Well, if that's the case, he's definitely due then, right, to break free for about 3 or 4. Let's see if he can get 1 to go here and spark us.
Rams trying to throw it in, still looking. They have to lob it all the way out front to Bemba. Parolin just had a grab of his jersey, and coaching staff saying, what are we going to look at that for an intentional foul?
Anytime you grab the jersey, it's certainly one of those calls, and you're going to see the jersey tug pretty good here in the replay. So now do you have enough to call a flagrant or, an intentional foul, which would be
they're going to go
massive.
look at this.
Previous call on the court is under review.
We'll take them any way we can get them. If we're going to get 2 free throws and the basketball, I mean, down 14 with 13 to go. Advantage Rams on that call.
All right, so 13:04 remaining here, and we have not seen the replay nor review, obviously, but that happened right in front of us. And Lob to Bemba, his jersey was grabbed right there. 46-32, Boise State's been in control virtually the entire game. Rams grabbed a couple of one-point leads late stages of that first half, but the Broncos have since regained control of this contest. Again, still trying to figure out some seeding in the Mountain West.
After previous view, the call on the court has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul.
So it has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 on Parolin.
So that's a tough call there. Again, see the jersey chug a lot in college basketball, but it's different when they call it and can review it like that. Now, how about this? The Rams going to have a chance here to get right back in this, down 14, have a chance at 5-point play essentially.
All right, so Bemba going to go to the free throw line for Colorado State. He was the one fouled. So he's going to get a couple. First free throw is good, and then, of course, Colorado State's going to get the basketball after that. One more coming for Rashawn Bemba. And 2 strong. CSU's going to trigger it in right in front of us on the sideline. Rashawn, of course, making those 3 threes in the first half against New Mexico on Wednesday when they were no guarding him. And of course, Rashawn hit a couple of threes against Boise State earlier this year as well. Here's Bemba charging to the hoop. Reverse layup is up and good. Hold on.
Let me just hit you with some fundamental work underneath the hoop there. The jump stop, the shot fake, and the up and under. Bemba showing you don't have to be as athletic as everybody else in the league. You just got to be fundamentally strong.
Here's Andrews off the screen. Got it to Fielder inside. Lays it up. Missed it. He was fouled. Fielder's been an absolute load here today. Has not scored in the second half, but had 9 in the first half.
Just tough for Bemba there on the roll. Again, you don't have a lot of chance for help. Setting the screen so low in the paint that Bemba comes over, and Fielder, just talk about him being so physical here in the first half there. Does it again, goes right through the chest of Bemba.
And the first free throw is no good. Fielder is an 80% free throw shooter. He's missed a couple today. Mooney's is going to get a breather for Colorado State. He goes to the bench. Second free throw is up, and it is good. Lead is 12 for Boise State, 47-35. 12:39 to go. We're in the second. Rams have it into the front court. Oh, boy. They just threw it into the backcourt. That's a over and back. Yeah, that is unforced. Just the 5th turnover, though, of the contest for CSU. But you're trying to cut into a double-digit deficit here. There's time starting to become a factor. Still a lot of time, 12:29 to go, but those are just a waste of possession.
Well, and you can credit the defense of Boise for disrupting that early possession, trying to get the ball into Bemba. Andrews is sitting on it, and so is Fielder really sitting on it, making Bemba kind of readjust, and they kick it out to Cutelis, and then I don't know what happened there.
Fielder in the paint, leans in and scores. That's a tough shot.
Through the double team, 2 Rams around him too, but nobody's sticking with him in the front of the rim, and Fielder again finishing towards the rim.
So the Broncos get the lead back up to 14. This matches their large lead of the night. Does Colorado State have a run or two in them here? Butler has the top of the key. Boy, Andrews with the smothering defense there. Slater high right, got it to Bemba. Double team comes, kicks out to Slater, extra pass. Butler, great look, 3. Missed it, but he got run into. He'll get 3. Goes against Javen Buchanan. And it brings us to a media timeout. 3 free throws coming for Jace Butler on the other side. 11:46 to go in the second. Broncos 49, Rams 35 on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset. Because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work and the one that changes everything. Because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
We're all seeking a spark, that can't deny it feeling that pushes you forward. For us, it starts here. Where elevation fuels inspiration and roots run deep. We make a difference with high-impact research and rise up when it matters most. Your education begins on campus, but your experience can take you anywhere. When you find your energy at CSU, you discover anything is possible.
Now 11:46 to go. We're in the second, 49-35. Boise State with the advantage over the Colorado State Rams. Brian Roth out of Icon back with you. And round of applause in-house for David Roddy, now a member of the Denver Nuggets. David got some run last night.
I say Bowen Bourne better step up there too. Let David take all the shine over there, but
Bowen Bourne was massive in the Mountain West Conference tournament last year and played a big role in the NCAA run too.
Very cool to see. That's the culture that Nico Medved started, and Ali's just kind of continuing on as guys continue to come back. Jalen Lake a few games ago. Hey, Mac, you have a week off in your off. You have a week off essentially, and you're in Denmark, and you fly all the way here, come to Fort Collins to spend it here. I mean, it says something.
Yeah, Colorado State has had 4 former players score NBA points this year.
That's amazing.
John Tonje did. Of course, John closed out his career as an All-American at Wisconsin. Isaiah Stevens, and obviously David Roddy, and then Neek Clifford, who is... Look, Boise State fans know Neek Clifford, right, after the 36 performance in Boise last year, but he's in the starting lineup at Sacramento and getting a ton of run with a bad team, but that's okay.
Hey, and he just needs reps. That's all you need. You need those reps, and to get him so early in his rookie season, I can see a team making a playoff run, maybe trying to pick up Neek Clifford if they'll let him go.
All right, so Butler gets all 3 free throws, and Colorado State cuts this to 11. Rex Steiner to the bench, and JoJo McIver will check in. Rams are going to come out with a little full court pressure. Here's Andrews in the backcourt. Gets it to Nato. Works it in the front court, and the freshman will hold it up high on the left side. Broncos go in their offensive set here. Rams will back down into a zone defense. First time we've seen CSU not play man-to-man. Here's Fielder working on the inside. Boy, lost it and got it back. Boise State bench wanted a foul.
McIver coming in, swiping that ball down. Actually a triple team. Fielder picking up his own little bobble, and little does he know, he looks up and he's right in front of the rim.
14 now for Fielder. 51-38. There's Cudelis on the backdoor cut. Mooney's with another assist. That's number 7.
And that cut is open, but it's open late, and the Rams have tried to get it there in the second half, but that's the first time they've been able to connect, as you see Meadows coming over and almost getting a piece of that one.
51-40 Broncos. Inside 11 minutes to go in the contest. Fielder has it at the free throw line. Steps back, wants the shot, takes it, and hits it. He has 16.
And the difference between the first matchup, the Rams went to a 2-3 zone, and the Broncos continued to shoot threes in it, but now just get Fielder one-on-one inside in the middle of the paint. Back-to-back buckets now for Fielder.
Butler driving right down the lane, had it rejected, whistle and a foul. And Fielder is waving, look at this. And you can't review a foul call.
You want somebody to look at it and say, I didn't foul him, because he definitely threw that one off the side of the backboard.
Block was clean, no doubt, and must have said he got him with the body. Butler will take it. Rams can use any break they can garner right now. Down by 13. Butler back to the free throw line. Getting the officials tonight, Keith Kimball, Luke Schumer, and Kevin Rahr.
Talk about the game fielders having so efficient. 7 of 9. He's 0 of 2 from the three-point line. And we talked about he's a 42% three-point shooter as well. Confidence at an all-time high right now.
Augie Kulis to the bench, 7 points, 4 rebounds for Augie. He's coming off that 11-point game at the Pit on Wednesday. He's giving the Rams good minutes here this afternoon. One more coming for the lefty, Jace Butler, and the sophomore rims this one out, no good. 53-41, Broncos with the ball by 12. Fielder, that's a 3. He has been deadly.
Should have kept my mouth shut, shouldn't I? It was just the Rams get caught not ready in that zone. Are they in man or are they in zone? A couple people playing both. One of the hottest shooters in the country right now all alone.
All right, halfway home here in the second half of play. Rams now down by 15. Boise State has knocked down 3 threes in the second half. Rams turn it over. Fielder takes it to the rim. It was partially blocked, missed it. Here comes CSU. They pick up the loose basketball. Rams in the front court. Butler hops through the lane and had to kick it out. Boise State gets CSU now into that half-court set. That's been advantage Broncos here this afternoon. Butler drives right, spins left, leaves it inside for Jorgensen. Jump hook, missed it.
This Boise State Bronco defense really just not giving up an inch the entire game as you see Jorgensen spinning himself around into a pretty good look.
9:07 to go here in the contest. Broncos in control here. Fielder, double team, ball knocked away, loose, out of bounds, and it'll be CSU basketball. Boy, Leon Rice is in the face of the official there screaming at him, and Kevin Rahr just took it.
And not letting him get it back to his position either. Kind of cutting him off as the ref's trying to get back to the other end of the floor. And you're Coach Leon Rice. You have as good a look as anybody. Why don't you review it? If you're so
Leon
fired
Rice
up?
is stalling. They're trying to stall right now because they want their guys to look at it. Leon Rice is on the floor trying to stall the game. And we've seen those tactics. We've seen CSU use it, but not with the coach standing on the floor where you try to stall and let anybody get a look at it to see if you want the coach's challenge. All right, here we go. 15-point game. Boise State with the advantage. Ram basketball into the front court. Here's Bemba. Kicks out to Rexsteiner. Can he finally get one? No, he can't. And the rebound to Andrew Meadow. CSU now 3 of 17 from deep, the best three-point shooting team in the league. And Nato down the lane, and he draws contact. He'll get free throws.
Man, and it just feels like whenever the Rams miss an opportunity on one end, how quickly do the Broncos get to the other end? Nato, coast to coast, 0 pass possession, just kind of in and out, dribbles himself right to the front of the rim and slows down the Rams again by getting themselves to the free throw line.
And the free throw by the freshman, Ginaldo Nato. Kid out of Angola. Very good-looking athlete. One more coming his way. His first point of the afternoon. Second free throw is up. He missed that one. Rebounded CSU. Well, the deficit's at 16 out of it. 8:32 to go. It's go time. I mean, you got to go now.
You got to get aggressive.
On the right side, Kerry Booth. Booth sets it top of the key, got it to Bemba. Now to Rexsteiner outside left. Rexsteiner 1 for 6 from downtown today. Brandon shakes his defender, gets deep into the paint. Fadeaway 2 is good. Maybe that gets him going.
And how hard did we have to work for that one there? And even then, a tough fadeaway jumper. See if the Rams can stack up a couple consecutive stops.
Broncos in the front court. Yeah, you need stops down the lane. Nato missed the layup, but a rebound offensive and a foul on the putback for Dominic Parolin. Boy, offensive rebounds have been massive here in this contest. The Broncos with 11 of them, and they have 13 second chance points. The under 8 timeout is here. 7:49 to go. We're in the second. Broncos 57, Rams 43 on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Rams. It's Bedlam tonight here in Boise.
This is electric.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
All right, welcome back here at Moby Arena. The Saturday afternoon final regular season game of the year and the final Mountain West regular season game ever for Boise State and Colorado State. Broncos have had the upper hand all afternoon. They're up 57-43 along with Adam Nigon, Brian Roth with you. And this thing just has a feel to it that, unless Colorado State can find a spark here, Adam, that Boise State's just seem to have firm grasp on this contest.
Yeah, if we can't make any threes, we definitely can't do anything inside the paint right now. It just feels like Boise State is doing such a good job defending one-on-one. You haven't had to see them rotate or really do a whole lot. They're switching 1 through 4, but they're doing just a great job of forcing us into a lot of tough shots. That last shot from Rechsteiner, a mid-range fadeaway. Rams got to do a lot better job of getting out transitioning and beating this defense down the floor.
All right, so the first free throw is up and is good for Dominic Parolin, the 6'9" senior transfer from Lehigh. And the second free throw is also up and good. And the lead sitting at 16. Here comes Rechsteiner into the front court, working against Nato. Hands off to Butler out front. Rams going to their offense. Booth catches right back to Mooney's top of the key. Mooney's probes on that left side. Still with the bounce. Ball got poked away. Loose on the floor. Still loose. Diving bodies. And let's see. I believe Boise had it. And the Boise player was out of bounds. Be Ram basketball.
But how many Boise Broncos are diving on the floor right there? You see Parolin. You see Neto. And then finally there's Meadow and Carmichael there going for the ball. Luckily, someone hit the out of bounds, but no Ram willing to kind of give up their body and fight for that one.
Rams will throw it in, got it to Bemba, tried to lob it down low to Mooney's, and he threw it away. And now the shot clock buzzer goes off, and a little malfunction. And Luke Schumer, one of our officials, saying put the shot clock to 26, and that's what they'll do.
That looks like Bemba was just kind of playing the play and not being a player out there reading the defense as 3 defenders sitting on that, rub cut that Rechsteiner comes off of trying to get to the front of the lane.
So it'll be Boise State basketball. Little floater in the paint for Meadow. The putback dunk is no good. Right back to Meadow. He was fouled. There's 2 offensive rebounds in that sequence.
Just breaking down our zone too easily there as you get Meadow wide open. Our guards are really fanned out to the 3-point line. Meadow threw that lob or that floater up initially, kind of knowing he had Parolin underneath to finish up.
So Meadow with the free throw line. First one's up, and it is good. Bemba picking up his 4th personal foul. He'll come to the bench. Jorgensen will check in for him. Boise State has pushed this up to 17 now. It's a Ram team that had come in red hot, having won 8 straight games. Broncos that had won 4 straight, but man, this looks nothing like the CSU team from the last 5 weeks, does it? No. And a lot of credit to Boise State for that.
You can. Their defense in particular, we've said it time and time again here. Rams just not getting an inch here, and everything looks difficult.
Booth underneath. He was blocked from behind by Parolin, but he raked him across the arms.
I mean, even that play, you look like you're going to have a wide open dunk, and flying in is Parolin, who's throwing his arms up saying, I got a lot of ball here too. Yeah, but plenty of arm in hand as well. And Kerry Booth just, I don't know we need something here from somebody. And is this the spark that the Rams need offensively? Because we need a lot more stops on the other end.
First free throw's up and good for Kerry Booth. It's a Ram team that did whatever they wanted, seemingly, on Wednesday at the pit against a New Mexico team that, boy, they were playing for an NCAA, they're at-large lives, and they were looking to go for a winner-take-all matchup against Utah State. I mean, New Mexico had so much to play for, and Colorado State sliced and diced them up. And they scored 82 points at them. Here today, 6:51 to go, CSU has 45.
And we're looking like that team in the middle of January, not the team that's went crazy in the last February, as we were averaging over almost 82 points per game in that stretch.
All right, so Booth gets the free throws to go. Boise State in the front court, 6:37 to go. We're in the second. 61-45. Lob to Fielder got deflected out of bounds. That'll stay with Boise State. Now Ali Frokmanesh is going to go to his bench here for a sub as he slow plays this.
You see him boxing out Recksteiner too a little bit, tugging on his jersey.
And well, we saw Leon Rice slow play it a little while ago, and now we're seeing the Rams slow play it, and CSU is going to challenge this.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because Kerry Booth comes over the top and pokes that one free, but does he poke Fielder's hand at that to where the replay is just going to show maybe Boise State's hand poking the ball out of bounds?
All right, the official review brought to you by the Dan Kaplan Law Firm, the official law firm at Colorado State Athletics. And despite the feedback, what Keith Kimball was trying to say is that Colorado State is challenging the call. All right, again, 6:32 to go, 61-45. Adam, next week is going to be a blast. Ooh. And we do know this. When you look at seeding, if this game plays out like it does, Colorado State's going to be locked into the number 7 seed by my math. You look at Boise State, the 5 is in play, and the 6 is in play with a win here today. Of course, the 5 would play Air Force, the 6 would play San Jose State.
Yeah, that's, a favorable matchup. Anybody who gets Air Force right away, it seems like they are one of those teams that just can't wait to get to the finish line, right? You just kind of want to get this one over with. You dealt with a head coaching issue. You've got a new staff trying to do some things, trying to just reinvigorate your season while you still have a few left. And so, you feel like that's a good matchup. You really want that 5, but again, I don't know. It seems like the bottom half of the league right now is playing a lot better than the top half of the league, but again, I don't think you ever want to meet San Diego State in the tournament at all in their record and what they're normally capable of.
So, successful challenge for Colorado State. They have decided not to use the ref mic anymore because of the feedback. So, successful challenge. And the CSU will not lose a timeout. Adam, is this a one-bid Mountain West Conference this year?
I think it is. I mean, it sounds like Utah State's, locked in, but again, anything can happen in these next week or so. And to me, if somebody comes and steals a bid, just would hate to see somebody, outside looking in and really sweating that Selection Sunday out.
I think Utah State would be the only team that would be considered somewhat of a lock and maybe might sweat a little bit, but I don't think anybody else gets in as an at-large. Rams get the basketball up to the challenge. Colorado State's got to get going. You got to play with some urgency here. They're down big. Mooney's down the lane, lays it up and in. Well done. That's exactly what you need.
Yeah, and again, pretty good job defensively from the Broncos, but Mooney's using that spin move, getting to the other side of the rim.
61-47. Defensive intensity picking up a little bit here. Top of the key, Andrews going to hold it up inside 6 minutes to go in the second. Andrews high on the left side, watched there by Mooney's. Rams back to man-to-man defense. Andrews drives right, gets in the paint, sends it out to Buchanan. Drops it in low, got it to Fielder. His shot is up and in. Fielder's been tough. He has 21 to follow up his 33-point game on Tuesday.
Just playing with so much confidence there, playing with a loose ball, turn around, has to readjust when Jorgensen comes over, does a good job of staying vertical.
Here's Slater, drove to the foul line, had to send it back out. 63-47, Rams trails. And boy, we get Jorgensen tied up with Andrews, and Andrews is going to get the call.
And both Jorgensen and Andrews smiling to each other now, knowing that, mouse in the house, Jorgensen doing his best to body up Andrews, who just kind of does his best flop job and gets awarded with it.
All right, so another turnover for CSU. Into the front court, here comes Boise State. 5:10 to go. 63-47 Broncos. Andrews driving on Slater. Takes him all the way inside, scoops it up with the inside hand and scores it.
Andrews in the first half was showing you everything in that mid-range and then that deadly step-back three-pointer, but there gets himself right to the rim and just uses that extra burst to get past Jorgensen.
Top of the key, it's Slater for CSU. Booth has it, top of the key, he throws it away. Tried to get inside to Jorgensen, not a great pass. Buchanan spins into the front court. And going to hold it up. Hand off to Andrews, the point guard. Broncos will work some clock here. 4:30 to go. And they're enjoying an 18-point advantage here from Fort Collins against the red-hot CSU Rams. 10 on the shot clock. Andrews outside to Fielder, steps into a three, in and out. And Buchanan gets caught with a push. So that'll go the other way with 4:13 to go. But to go back to the NCAA tournament talk, I mean, there's any number of teams that have a chance to win this thing next week, Adam.
Yeah.
I mean, Utah State clearly can. San Diego State hasn't been very good of late, but, I mean, they got the horses that no question they can do it. New Mexico could do it. Boise State could do it. Grand Canyon, I think.
UNLV, did you say them yet?
I mean, with Trey Gibbs-Lawhorn, the way that he's playing, I mean, you know, I'm not sure if Nevada can.
Yeah, I mean, as good as they played in a few of their games, again, there's just not one team here in the league that you can really count on that has had that really flawless year.
Right, the Rams had a 1-and-1. They missed it. And the rebound to Boise State into the front court. Meadow on the left wing. Ball poked away from him. Stolen. CSU gets a steal into the front court. Butler spinning to the rim. Lays it up. Missed it. He was fouled. He's going to go against Fielder again. Stops the clock with 3:52 to go in the second.
And again, there's still some time here, so that's what you got to do. You got to pick your moments, and one-on-one in transition, you got to take it to him. Great job from Jace getting himself to the rim.
All right, we have a timeout. Lead is 18 for Boise State, 65-47. Back after this on the Mountain West Network and the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camp Cravings.
There you go, buddy. Have fun.
This is not going to be pretty.
We're camping. What could possibly go wrong? No.
Cool.
That did not go as planned.
It never does. All right.
Old Trapper. What's your beef?
So do you have a favorite bobcat?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, that's my jerky.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
All right, the final 3:52 still yet ahead of us. Moby Arena on this Saturday afternoon. Broncos of Boise State, they have come in and have played exceptionally. 65-47, the lead is 18 over the Colorado State Rams. Brian Roth and Adam Nygon back with you. Rams basketball today brought to you by FNBO. You can gear up, game on, and give it up for your CSU Rams every time you pay with a free CSU Visa debit card. It's only available with free checking from FNBO, an official bank of CSU Athletics, member FDIC. Boy, Boise State looking for their 20th win of the season. And it would give Leon Rice and the Boise State program 5 consecutive 20-plus win seasons. And with Leon Rice, 16th season there, 5 NCAA tournament appearances. And CSU probably burst their bubble last year at the final regular season game. Otherwise, it would be 4 straight, you would think. Of course, Rams won that in Boise at Extra Mile Arena on the last day of the regular season. Then the two teams met up in the semifinals of the Mountain West Conference tournament, and Colorado State blasted the Broncos, as they did everybody in the tournament. I mean, CSU ran roughshod through the Mountain West Conference tournament last year. But it's been Boise State program that's enjoyed a ton of success under Leon Rice, as the second free throw is good.
Well, you talk about teams you didn't want to see, and last year in particular, we did not want to see New Mexico, and so thankfully, the Rams didn't run into that team because that was the one team that really looked like they could have caused us some fits, and what a run we had last year and how special that was.
Rams with full court pressure here, 65-48, down by 17, 3:40 to go. Broncos into the front court. Fielder, the big man, has it out front. Dribble fake handoff to Andrews. Here's Meadow catching top of the key, now to Fielder, the big man. Hands to Keene, right back to Fielder, 5 to shoot. Drives left to the baseline on Jorgensen, dunk. Boy, what a move by Drew Fielder. He's been the best player on the court today.
Oh, that's a grown man move, too, with Jorgensen right on his hip.
23 for Fielder tonight. Lead is 19. Rechsteiner driving. The layup is up and in. That was pretty.
Nice touch with the left. Played it all the way almost over the shot clock.
And Rams some full court pressure, and they force a turnover. Keene got trapped in a double team and threw it away.
Well, you've seen crazier things happen, but with 3 minutes to go, you got to keep the pressure on and start scoring points quickly.
Colorado State's going to call a timeout here. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 67-50. Rams trailing by 17. And again, 2:57 to go here in the first half of play in Logan, Utah. It's a Utah State team looking for an outright Mountain West Conference regular season championship. And with 5:14 to go, Utah State 79, New Mexico 72. And a game nearly at halftime in San Jose, Wyoming blasting the Spartans 49-34. So you look at possible first-round matchups. Boise State, if they would have lost this game today, they would have been in that 8-9 game against a pretty dangerous Wyoming team. And instead, the Broncos are probably going to be in that 5-6 seed where, again, you're going to get San Jose State or Air Force, a game in which the Broncos will be favored by, against Air Force, that'll be well into the teens, and it'll be double figures against San Jose State, too.
And again, if they hold on here, they're going to be winners of 11 of their last 14 games. They're going to be, again, the hottest team headed into the tournament. And the way they're playing defense, they're a force to be reckoned with right now.
Rams will throw it in after the turnover. Rechsteiner top of the key. Nowhere to go against the Andrews pressure. Now got the switch, drives to the foul line. Fielder on him, has to deal away. Inside, there's Jorgensen. Little jump hook is up and good. Back in full court pressure here from Colorado State. Inbounds comes into Andrews. Got to Buchanan. Buchanan trying to beat the Rechsteiner pressure into the front court. Rams wanted to travel. Everybody in the building wanted it. They didn't get it. 2.5 minutes to go. Broncos content to work some clock here. Fielder top of the key. Nobody on him. Fires the three. Missed it. Booth able to snare the rebound. Outlet to Moonies into the front court. Here's Jorgensen. Quick trigger three is good. And a timeout for Colorado State. Make this a 12-point game. Down but not out. Still 2:10 to go here in the game.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to run in transition. Fielder takes a three there, and Jorgensen beats him back and sprints the floor. Just need a lot quicker possessions. Don't rely on that offense too much, as Rechsteiner took way too many dribbles of possession earlier. So got to get aggressive here. Great recognition from Jorgensen. See if the Rams can get another turnover here in transition.
Well, you go back and look at possible matchups for Colorado State coming up next week, Adam. And again, by my math, with a loss here today, the Rams are going to be slotted in that 7th seed. That means you get Fresno State. And the Rams will be favored in that game for sure, but that's a Bulldog team that defeated the Rams at Fresno and played CSU very tough in this building a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, led for a decent amount of that second half and led for the entire second half in the first matchup at Fresno State on the road. So certainly a matchup that the Rams aren't scared of, but definitely got to be wary of Fresno State and how well coached, how good that freshman is, their score. It's going to be a fun week. I just hope we're on the right side of it.
All right, on the inbounds, a double team against Andrews. Now Buchanan has it, nearly threw it away. It leads to a 3-on-1. Here's Meadow, dunk. Where the Rams really overextended there, nearly got a steal, but in the end they give up the dunk, and it's a 14-point game. There's Rexsteiner. Beautiful move on the inside. Lost his footing going up and stumbled. Rebound to Fielder. And the Fielder able to get out of a double team there. Into the front court he comes. 1:43 to go in regulation. 69-55 Broncos, and then the Rams commit a foul out front. So that'd be the 8th team foul against CSU. 1-1 coming up for Boise State.
Credit this defense. We've been talking about Boise State's defense all game long because it's been the difference. And the Rams came into this game averaging 80-plus over their last 8 games. And so to come in here and hold a team as hot as we are to under 60 points right now, it really is impressive.
So Dylan Andrews, the UCLA transfer at the free throw line. It's good. How about this for Andrews? This is his 131st collegiate game.
He's a stud. I mean, doesn't do a whole lot extra. You know what I mean? He doesn't demand the ball in certain situations. Never see him playing selfish. He's a consummate role player and glue guy and culture building type guy.
Second free throw's up and good, 71-55. 1:40 to go here. A lot of the fans here at Moby Arena heading to the exits on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Fort Collins. Still time to enjoy the rest of the day for Ram fans for sure. Here comes Butler driving inside. Jump stop, hands off there to Jorgensen, who'll get the layup. 71-57 on the inbounds. Buchanan has it. Boy, just got grabbed by Rexsteiner as the Rams were trying to foul there. 1-1 again here for Boise State as the two teams head to the opposite end of the floor. $1:21 to go. Rams down by 14. You know, to go back to NCAA bids, and again, the last time the Mountain West Conference was a single bid league, you have to go back to 2017.
Hey.
Nevada with that Jordan Caroline team of the Martin twins. Free throw missed, but the rebound to Boise State and kind of encapsulates how this game has gone. 13th offensive rebound for Boise State. They have been just dominant on the glass. They're plus 17 on the glass here today.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that Nevada game, that was a season the Rams went all the way to the Mountain West Conference Championship and lost to Nevada and
with
almost stole a bid there.
Well, again, I mean, so if CSU wins that game, because that Nevada team was in the tournament,
right.
I believe. I mean, that would have been a 2-bid league if the Rams were a bid stealer that year. Of course, Nevada the next year in 18 would go on to that run to the Sweet 16 with the Martin twins and Jordan Caroline. That was a good team.
Yeah, they were scary good. And then Cam Oliver just bouncing all over the place the year before. If he would have actually stayed and played with that next year's team, my goodness, would they have been something crazy.
And the second free throw is good. I mean, you think about if Cam Oliver played in this day and age, he wouldn't have left early, right? Because he was chasing the pro money, right? Cam Oliver would have been making a lot of money. All right, Rams into the front court. Right side, Butler rises for a three and hits it. 73-60. Boy, the clock is running here. I'm not sure why we're under a minute. And that shouldn't happen on your home court. To the Rams looking for a steal. Couldn't quite get it. And instead they get the foul. They'll go to the other end of the floor. The Rams are going to see their 8-game win streak snap. Meanwhile, the Broncos are going to go in as a team that nobody wants to see in the Mountain West Tournament, having won 5 straight, and as Adam said, 11 of their last 14.
And they're catching fire at all the right times.
Well, the season, of course, got off on the wrong foot in the loss to Hawaii Pacific back on November the 3rd. And it wasn't a great look for for Boise State. And obviously, they were a punchline. And got off to a rough start. Remember, they were 1-5 in conference play to open up. And they kind of got back on track against CSU in that game. It was just their second conference win. And now Boise State has finally put it together. Too little too late for an at-large bid. But they certainly can go down there and win 4 games in 4 days. 75-60 after the 2 free throws. Driving right in the lane was Butler. He missed it, but it gets deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with CSU. 46.8 seconds to go here in the game.
Well, I guess if you're the Rams, are you happy to lose now rather than lose in a tougher way in the conference tournament? Can you string together maybe some more of that magic, knowing you're not going to have to deal with Boise State for another game in this defense, because this is one of the tougher defenses we've gone about all year long.
Yeah, this Boise defense really is the story of the game here today. Layup by Butler, and then a timeout called by Ali for Oakman. Stops the clock with 45.8 seconds to go. And, again, a lot of the crowd still heading to the exits. It's now 82-76, Utah State by 6, 2 minutes to go in Logan. And Wyoming has a 13-point lead at halftime. Coming up later tonight, a couple of games that certainly Boise State will be watching in the standings, but not hopeful watching because Grand Canyon plays Fresno State. GCU is at 13.5-point favorites, and that both Boise State and Colorado State wanted Nevada to lose today, but 25.5-point favorites against Air Force.
That's the one. You looked at that and you had some people saying, yeah, but Nevada, they're stuck at this, and it's just you can almost guarantee them 12 wins, and so how can you match up with their 12? And unfortunately, the Rams, that unbalanced schedule, we only had a one shot at them, and so the head-to-head was going to favor to them anyways. It would have been really tough to sneak into that top 4 or 5 seed, but here we are, and now here's what we've got to do. And you've got to find a way to win 4 games in 4 days, and luckily, for the numbers' sake, it hadn't been done up until 2 years ago. New Mexico was the first team to do it. 4 games in 4 days. What a monster of an accomplishment that is, going through the ringer of that league. That dog, Jalen House, running around, causing some trouble, and what a run they went on.
House and Dent in the backcourt. And Mashburn was there too.
Right.
Obviously, the trio of guards. All right, out of the timeout, inbounds to Andrews. Rams get the double team, now to Keene. Right back to Andrews. Colorado State's trying to foul, and they do with 40 seconds to go. 75-62. And we'll head to the other end of the floor for our Boise State free throws. Broncos have been paced today by Drew Fielder. He has 23 on 10 of 15 shooting. I mean, he's been superb. 17 for Dylan Andrews. Andrew Meadow has 11 to go along with 7 rebounds. Meanwhile, for the Rams, only 2 in double figures. Chase Butler has 15. Jorgensen with 14. That's a CSU team just 5 of 19 from deep here in the contest. And well below their season average of 40%. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation. But the defense has been terrific for Boise State, and the Rams just shooting 26% from beyond the arc here today. First free throw's up and good. One more coming for Dylan Andrews. Second free throw is up, also good. Makes it 77-62.
Well, the funny part about our three-point shooting is in this 8-game stretch that we were on, we only got double-digit three-pointers 3 times out of the last 8 games. We've been able to figure it out without making three-pointers.
Driving to the lane was Rexsteiner, had to send it out after the good defense from Keene. 3 try up and good from Kerry Booth, top of the key. Back to a 12-point game. Buchanan running the baseline, inbounds to Fielder. Get it to Keene, and he was fouled before he could release to Andrews. So 23.7 seconds to go, and a 3 by Booth. Too late. Kerry with 9 points here in the game. Again, the Rams are going to be locked in that number 7 seed. That'll be a 7 p.m. Mountain tip-off time in Las Vegas on Wednesday. So 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Pacific. Last time we're going to the Thomas & Mack Center. Adam, you and I have been doing this for a decade. You were a player there. I was calling games when you were a player. And a lot of trips to the Thomas & Mack Center for the Mountain West Tournament. Great memories, win or lose, and good or bad tournaments. And it's going to be sad. It's going to be the final time.
It really is. It's just kind of one of those things. This whole year has been one of those emotional roller coasters where what does next year even look like? Yeah. You know, we got to establish some new rivalries and see a lot new faces, a lot new places. And
Rexsteiner lays it up and in. 11-point game, 13.6 to go. Buchanan again trying to get it in. And they got it to Fielder. I don't think the Rams are going to foul here, and they won't. Buchanan going to bring it in the front court, and that's going to do it. The final Mountain West Conference regular season game ever for the Broncos and the Rams. And just as CSU took the senior night from Boise State last year, the Broncos returned the favor here this afternoon. The final score, Boise State has won 5 straight now overall. They get the win 78-67. Broncos now 20-11. That's how they finish up the regular season. The Rams with the loss see their 8-game win streak snapped, and they too will finish with a 20-11 regular season record. That'll do it for the broadcast on the streaming side. Appreciate everybody tuning in. For everybody on the radio side, stay with us. The Breezer Car Wash post-game show comes up next. Again, the final score from Moby Arena. The Broncos over the Rams 78-67. So long to everybody on the Mountain West Network. We're back after this on the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
So that'll do it. Boise State and Colorado State both finished the season with identical 20-11 records. You can see the standings on the right side of the screen, pretty close. And it's going to be an interesting finish. You have New Mexico all the way down to, you can see all the way down to UNLV down to 8th place, all within a couple of games or so. Obviously, the top 4 teams get the first round byes in the Mountain West Tournament. And you can see Boise State obviously beating Colorado State. Colorado State will be locked into the 7th seed, as they said on the stream. And Boise State could go up to number 5, down to number 6 if Nevada were to win. Nevada has a tiebreaker due to their win back in January. But we'll see where Boise State goes. But yeah, Boise State came into this game on a 5-game win streak, up that to 6. Colorado State was on a win streak of their own all the way up to 8 games, but that was snapped. So 13-game combined winning streak for these two teams. It's really good for both of these teams to be streaking in March, because that's where you want to play your best. That's where we want to play your best basketball. But one streak was meant to die, and that was unfortunately the Rams of Colorado State. You can see the box score here. We can switch over here. Fielder had 23 on the day, leading Boise State to their 78 points. The game really wasn't that close. I mean, Colorado State hung in there. They didn't quit in the second half, but Boise State got out to that early lead and really never gave it up. And you can see just the field goal percentage here. It's actually pretty even. Also, the same can be said for the three-point line, but Boise State just shot so well from the free throw. Had 25 free throws and hit 20 of them. Colorado State did have a good percentage, 9 for 14, but just so many fouls called on Colorado State, and that was the difference in this game. And you can just see around the league, I mean, a bunch of Saturday games. Let's see what's going on. This is the last regular season game for a lot of these teams. Also, Boise State, Colorado State moving to the Pac-12. That is also of note. But yeah, ranked teams, I mean, Purdue might go down to Wisconsin. This one's a shootout, and we'll see. Purdue's had a tough couple of weeks recently. They had two losses in the same week. Last week, dropped from number 7 down to number 15. Looks like they're going to take a third straight loss to Wisconsin, but it is pretty close, so obviously keep an eye on here. Rivalry game down in North Carolina and Duke. You have the Iron Bowl. I mean, what do they call in basketball? But it's Auburn and Alabama. Tech and BYU. Big 12 championship rematch from football. SLU lost again. SLU is another team just like Purdue to have had a rough couple of weeks recently. They lost to George Mason. They will have the 1 seed in the A10 tournament, the Atlantic 10, but that was just a bad way to go out. UConn lost as well to Marquette. Their coach actually got ejected. I was watching the end of that game. It was 64-62. They had the ball, but their coach got ejected. And Marquette had 6 free throws. They made 4 of them, and they won 68-62. Iowa State rolls, Houston rolls, Virginia rolls, Kansas State loses to Kansas. Commonwealth Clash and the Sunflower Showdown, respectively. This one was a great battle. I think it's for the boot. Arkansas beats Missouri 88-84 in overtime. Have a lot of friends there. Miami went down to Louisville. Vanderbilt beats Tennessee. Both teams finish with identical 11-7 records for the SEC tournament. It's gonna be a fun showdown. We'll see what happens next tomorrow. On Sunday, you see some of the Big Ten games. Nebraska faces against Iowa, and Iowa did beat Nebraska earlier about a month ago. So we'll see if Iowa can pull the upset again. Illinois plays Maryland, and then you have Michigan State, in-state top 10 clash. They're not really playing for seeding. Michigan State has the triple bye locked up. Michigan has the 1 seed locked up. So they're just playing for bragging rights. Obviously, a huge rivalry game. But let's check out the standings. If you're still with us, I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Obviously, you have SLU. They are in the Atlantic 10. They have the tiebreaker over VCU, so they'll continue with the 1 seed, even though they're probably going to lose their top 25 ranking. You have the ACC standings here. Duke at 16-1, number 1 in the nation. Arizona is at number 2 in the nation. The Big 12 is always so deep. No wins come easy in the Big 12. St. John's and UConn, both of those teams are ranked. St. John's will actually take the 1 seed because UConn got upset, as we mentioned before. Big 10 has probably 5 teams who all have cases to be in the top 10. Very deep conference. Wisconsin and Wisconsin is also 1 team out of the ranking. They're number 26 technically, if you count the teams receiving votes. UCLA is streaking so much. They have won so many. In the past couple of weeks. They recently beat Nebraska by 20 points. We'll move down. See some of these mid-majors. Obviously, Miami is still undefeated. Finished a perfect regular season at 31-0. Props to Miami. Even with a weaker schedule, obviously them being a mid-major and playing a weak schedule, that's still, finishing undefeated is still something to be proud of, because all of these other mid-major teams, you don't see them finishing undefeated. Belmont took a bad loss to Drake. They were the 1 seed, had 4 losses coming in, 26-5 overall. They were the 1 seed in the Missouri Valley Conference, lost to Drake. It was actually the first time a 9-1 upset happened in the history of the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. Something I want to bring up here. Obviously, you have the Mountain West. We're affiliated with the Mountain West, so you can see those standings as well. It was actually a dogfight. Went down to the final wire to see who would get the 4th seed in the first round bye, but it's looking like it'll go to Grand Canyon. If they do lose, though, and Nevada wins, then Nevada will get the 4 seed. But if Grand Canyon wins, obviously they control their own destiny for the 4 seed. You can see the SEC standings. A lot of ranked teams there. They look to get a ton of teams into the tournament. And then Sunbelt, and then the West Coast Conference, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, Santa Clara. They are expecting 3 teams from that conference into the tournament. So I just want to leave you off with this real quick as well. You have the bracket matrix. You have 101 brackets filled out by a bunch of different bracketologists. I mean, it has ESPN up here. Go down the list. You have Joe Lunardi, ESPN. You have CBS. And then you have Fox. There's a lot of people. Sports Illustrated is up here too. Right here. So, SB Nation, a lot of credible sources, 101 of them representing the national media and the national consensus of bracketologies. The teams in bold are obviously your conference champions. A lot can be said, though. You have obviously the teams that are streaking, the teams who are on cold streaks. And yeah. You just go down to the bubble watch. SMU, Santa Clara, VCU, and Indiana are your last 4 teams in. Auburn, New Mexico, Virginia Tech, and Cal are your first 4 teams out. But yeah, a lot of these teams obviously must win their conference tournament. Yeah, you can see the teams who are projected to win. Yep, Belmont obviously got upset as a 1 seed in the Missouri Valley tournament. They cannot go in, not strong enough schedule for an at-large bid. And yeah, so Long Island, their conference, they won the conference tournament, so now the name of their conference is bolded, meaning that they won the conference tournament. So Long Island, the first team to officially clinch their bid into March Madness. Great job for them up in Brooklyn. That's going to be it for this stream. I appreciate you guys for watching, and stay tuned for whatever I have next. Continue watching the rest of the channel, the LCAA.